Morning, bro. It is currently 6:30. Running a little bit later than usual on the schedule today, but it's a beautiful morning. The sun is literally just coming up. And today I want to talk about, the topic today is going to be how basically your level of discomfort, okay, is going to be what determines your success. So the more discomfort you can handle, the more successful you're going to become, okay? And that stands for business, that stands for fitness, that stands for relationships. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. So it's a beautiful day to be out here. Before we get into the topic though, I just want to say, in my last video, I talked about how I'm switching to this more style of me just kind of documenting my day and like what's going on in the moment. And the reason I want to do that is twofold, just to be more transparent with you guys. And also, I forgot to mention, like, I just want to keep myself more accountable. Okay, I want to keep myself more accountable. And the best way for me to do that is really just to document, bro. It's not to be making all these crazy videos, like trying to be an expert and all this shit, okay? I just want to document what I'm doing and I want to share it with you guys. I want to keep myself accountable and I want us to go on this journey together, okay? So I just want to talk about that. Now, the reason that I'm in my car right now is because, to be like honest with you guys, I get up at 4, okay? At 4 a.m. every morning. This morning I woke up at 4 and my girl is still asleep. So by the time it's 5 o'clock, I'm still doing my morning routine. She's usually still asleep and it's dark in the apartment and we got neighbors. So it's just like, I don't really want to be in there trying to make these videos because I can't fully bring out the energy that I'm trying to give in the video because she's still asleep. I got neighbors. It's early in the fucking morning and I don't have a big apartment, you guys. Okay. I'm living in basically it's not a bad apartment. It's not like a trashy apartment, but it's like a 1-bedroom, like a big bedroom studio apartment. And that's just real. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I have not gotten my personal development to the level where my business has grown to the point where I can get, you know, a penthouse or a big house or anything like that. I'm still climbing my way up, guys. I'm still grinding. Okay. So the easiest thing for me to do is to come out here in my car, especially after I'm done with my cardio and morning routine, because I'm just on point, I'm locked in, and just make this video right here for you, raw, uncut, and unfiltered. All right, so that's why I'm in my car, basically just so you guys understand what I'm doing here. I'm not just doing this for no reason. I don't want to be out here, especially because as winter's coming, it's gonna get colder and colder, and it's gonna suck, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's hop into the topic, all right? Your level of discomfort, how much discomfort you can tolerate, is going to determine your level of success. We live in a world of instant gratification, bro, okay? And what I've noticed is that so many of us are just chasing that quick high, that quick dopamine, that cheap dopamine. And everywhere around us, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, porn, alcohol, food available everywhere you go, it's so full of instant gratification. And then you wonder why you're not making progress and why you can't stay consistent to your goals, whether that be getting, you know, a 6-pack, whether that be getting the physique you want, whether that be your business and you're not growing that. It's because you can't handle the discomfort. You can't handle discomfort. You're so obsessed with instant gratification and feeling good all the time and feeling comfortable in the moment that you can't sacrifice for your goals. But the sad thing about that is when you aren't willing to sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice. And this is what I've started to realize. And this is why my morning routine is all built around delayed gratification. So for example, this morning I woke up, you know, it was 4 a.m. I didn't really have any intrusive thoughts this morning about going back to sleep. And that's because I believe, honestly, the more you do something, the more you do these habits every day, these personal development habits, the more ingrained the neural pathways become. Meaning like the pathways in your brain that like repeat a certain behavior over and over again, those form actual neural networks. And the more you do something, like at the same time, especially every day, the more ingrained it gets. And so this morning, and that also goes along with like shifting your identity as well and just trying to create a version of yourself that you're trying to become. But this morning, I didn't really have any intrusive thoughts, right? Telling me to go back to sleep. I just got up and I just fucking went for it, bro. I just went for that morning routine. I didn't fuck around. I didn't mess around. I just went straight for it. And so my morning routine consists of like, you know, waking up, doing my prayer, making sure that I'm hopping in a cold shower 2 minutes, which, bro, if you want to train discipline, if you want to train your mindset for delayed gratification and to overcome pain and to do things when you don't feel like it, do a cold fucking shower in the morning, bro. Do a cold fucking shower in the morning. Put that shit on max cold. Now, one thing that did happen this morning when I was taking my cold shower, or right when I was about to, was I had this thought come up in my mind, okay? And it was like, hey, why don't we turn the shower hot first, and then once we get in and hot, we're nice and comfortable, then we turn it to cold. Okay? And you might think, okay, so what's the significance of that? Why does that matter? Because what happens is your mind and especially when you're starting to get into this, you're trying to get in shape, you're trying to level up with your habits, your mind is always searching for a way out. It's always searching for a way to escape pain and to become in a state of pleasure, okay? And that old version of you, your bitch ass self, is always trying to come back out. Is always trying to come back out and derail the new identity that you're trying to form for yourself. So you may have a new identity you're trying to form, right? You're trying to become this individual who's disciplined, who's got the physique, who's got the successful business, who's got the girl. But guess what? Your old, lame, loser bitch self doesn't want to do any of the work necessary to get those things. And so it's always trying to self-sabotage, and you have to always weed the garden. I call it weeding the garden. You're always looking for these thoughts. You're always looking for these different things that are trying to derail you from staying disciplined. And that's an example of what I'm talking about, right? So as soon as I was about to start my shower, I was thinking, I'm like, oh man, like subconsciously I'm thinking, damn, this is going to be painful. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's early in the morning. It's about to be winter out. You know, it's November. It's fucking cold, bro. I don't want to do this shit, bro. And so, but what happened was this thought came into my mind, like, okay, turn it hot, right? Turn it hot first and then get in. And the thing is, because since I'm aware of my thoughts, because I do like the morning, or I do like nighttime visualizations and meditations and stuff, and I'm aware of my thoughts, I recognize that thought coming into my mind, and I recognize it was my old self. It was my old bitch self trying to literally derail my progress for the day, trying to derail the disciplined mindset that I'm trying to form with my morning routine. And so what I did is I nipped it in the bud right then and there. I said, no fucking way. We're not doing that. We're just going to literally hop into the shower max cold for our 2 minutes, and we're not doing any fucking warm up shit. You know, we're not a bitch. We're not bitches out here. We're going to do this shit. And so, yeah, that's what I did. I just turned it cold. I hopped in, put my timer on for 2 minutes, and just fucking endured, bro. I just endured the pain. I endured the discomfort. And I was thinking and telling myself, my self-talk when I was in that moment, when I was in that ice cold water, was just like, bro, this is what's going to turn me into a high-level individual, right? This is what's going to turn me into a high-level individual. This is what's going to keep me disciplined. This is what's going to allow me to achieve my goals, is that every little habit, every little thing you do throughout the day, if it adds to your discipline, if it adds to that mindset of just conquering whatever goals you set out for yourself, you can't lose. You can't lose. And so this is what I'm talking about when I say, however much discomfort you can tolerate, however much pain you can tolerate is going to be the cap of your success. And that's just a small example of making the decision to choose discomfort, knowing that in the future, that's going to benefit you because now you're more disciplined. Like, for example, if I had not done that, if I had just turned it hot first and then gotten in and then done my cold shower, I would have created a pathway in my brain, in my mind, right? And I would have had these thoughts, allowed these thoughts to win, of not going all out. And so later in the day, maybe I would have skipped, you know, some of my macros. Maybe if I didn't hit my protein, I would have been like, it's okay. Or maybe if I had, you know, wanted to eat some snacks or whatever, I've been like, yeah, whatever. Even though I'm about to start the cut, it's fine. I'll just work it off later. So every time you have one of these thoughts and you let one of these thoughts win of your previous bitch self, what happens is that can affect and does affect all your other habits throughout the day. So it has like a lagging effect, right? It has like this ripple effect across your day to where now your other habits are being affected. And so this is why so many guys struggle to get in shape, is because they don't have a routine of discipline. They're not working on their habits and their mindset. They're just thinking about, oh, let me go do my workout plan. Let me go do my macro plan. But they aren't consistent and they don't do the right shit because their mindset and their habits are on such a low level. Their personal development is at too low of a level. So you have to get your personal development high so that you can get these outcomes you want in life. And this is what I've really had the realization of lately is 9 times out of 10, it's not that you don't have the information that you need. 9 times out of 10, it's that you don't have the level of personal development that you need. You don't have the habits and the mindset that you need to become successful. And so how do you fix that? How do we change that? You know, everyone's wondering, oh, well, how do we do it? How do we do it? It's not that deep, bro. It's not that complicated. You have to wake up every day and you have to do disciplined habits that stack your wins and turn you into a man that you're actually proud of. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You need to schedule out the habits. I talk about the big 4, right? The big 4 habits every single day. Early morning routine, making sure you're doing a workout every day, okay? Making sure that you're tracking your macros every day. Not only tracking your macros, but hitting your macros. Making sure that you're getting your protein in every day, your water in every day. Making sure you're in that deficit so you can actually lose the fat. And then making sure you're avoiding all vices. This is one of the hardest ones because alcohol is so prevalent, weed is so prevalent, porn is so prevalent, and the dopamine spike that you get from these things are so fucking insane. They're basically like drugs, bro. They're basically like drugs. If you're smoking, I mean, weed, drug, you know, weed, smoking, all these things, these are literally drugs. But I'm just saying, like even basic things like sugar, porn, things that you wouldn't necessarily think are that maybe bad for you or society says is like, oh, it's not that bad. It actually is that bad because it trains your mind for instant gratification. And then when you go to build that business, then when you go to get that physique you want, you can't stay consistent because your mind has been trained for so many fucking years to chase instant gratification. And they don't teach us this shit in school. They don't tell us, oh, well, here's the difference between delayed gratification and instant gratification. Maybe you want to go for delayed gratification so you can actually become successful in life. No, they train you the opposite. They train you to go after instant gratification so that you're a consumer, so that you're easy to control, so that you're a slave to your dopamine. You're like a rat in a fucking maze, right? You're like a rat in a fucking maze and they just keep pushing that button and you just keep going for that quick dopamine. So you have to rewire your brain. You have to rewire your mind. You have to think differently. You have to adopt a new identity and really focus on personal development and becoming disciplined. And what's interesting is at a certain point in time, discipline is no longer necessary. This is what I'm trying to get across to you. Discipline is no longer necessary. If you choose discomfort long enough, that becomes your new baseline. That becomes just you. That just becomes your identity. Like for me, going to the gym doesn't really require discipline or motivation. Everyone's always like, oh, I'm not motivated. Oh, I'm not disciplined. It's like, bro, you haven't done fucking almost 700 workouts like me. You haven't done almost 700 reps, 700 times in the gym where you form that habit and that pathway to just go in there and just get it done, bruh. It's not that difficult. But you have to go through that initial phase of experiencing lots of discomfort and pain and having a high tolerance so that you can form that habit and form that identity of the person, okay? So this is what I've been learning and what I've really been focusing on over this year. You know, this year I quit all drinking, I quit all porn, I quit all weed. You know, not like I was heavily addicted to any of those things, but they were still kind of lingering here and there. You know, there's times where I'd go out and get completely wasted. There's times where, you know, every week or pretty much every weekend I'd be doing weed or, you know, throughout the week I'd be drinking. And these little things that you don't think are significant are fucking significant. And this is why, because every time I see somebody get off of these things, and from my own anecdotal experience, right, I see massive improvements in their motivation. I see the fact that they start hitting their macros every day. I see the fact that they start getting ripped. I see the fact that their business starts to flourish. Their relationships start to flourish. You know, their testosterone goes up. They got more energy. They're more productive. And society wants you to believe that these things are okay, bro. Society wants you to believe that these things are okay because then they can control you. It's so much easier to keep you down and to keep you just working as a slave and paying your taxes if you believe drinking alcohol is okay, smoking weed is just, oh, it's fine, bro. Watching porn isn't that big of a deal. Wasting all my time on social media and video games isn't really a distraction. It's fine. You have to really lock in, bro, because the fact of the matter is, shit isn't going to get easier. Your life isn't going to get easier. And if I had known everything I know now when I was like 18, 20, and I had actually been taught these things and I didn't have to just fucking go and like try to put all these pieces and puzzle pieces together, I would be so much more successful. So that's my goal, is just to kind of document this personal development journey and just share with you guys what I'm learning so that you can take this information, use it in your own life, and then become successful, right? Because I can't just keep all the information I'm learning to myself, because that doesn't make me feel good, right? I need to share it with you so that you can actually apply it, because that's what I wish I had. I wish I had somebody who is in my position right now, who's not massively successful, okay, in terms of business, but has gotten, his physique habits on lock. He's gotten his, daily habits on lock. He's gotten rid of his vices, who would relay that information back to me so that I could also begin that journey. And a lot of you guys want to have successful businesses. Okay, great. What's your level of personal development? Okay, are you still fucking waking up at, 10 in the morning and wasting time when you get home on Netflix? Like, dude, it's true. It's really true. Your level of success will never exceed your level of personal development. And your tolerance for discomfort is what is going to be make or break for you. So focus on stacking your daily wins. Focus on building that discipline in the beginning. And focus on really just understanding that discomfort isn't bad. Okay? Because my previous self, like maybe 5 years ago, okay, or like when I was a teenager, I used to just chase what felt good in the moment. But what you come to realize as you get older is the more you chase what feels good in the moment and you don't actually focus on discomfort in the sense of like you're doing habits that make you feel, I don't know, just like habits that are uncomfortable in the moment but make you feel good later, what you realize, you actually get depressed. Your mental health goes down. Like when my mental health was worse, was like at its worst, I wasn't training in the gym. I wasn't waking up early. I was drinking. I was smoking, porn, video games all the time. This is the shit that will ruin your life, bro. Having these kind of habits, instant gratification habits, will ruin your fucking life. And I'm trying to get that across to you because in the moment you may think, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but it is affecting you so much more than you know, okay? So this is how, and it has nothing to do with money. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're doing these things and you're not living in alignment with your conscience every day, like meaning like what your mind is telling you to do, because like, when you go to do those bad things, with those bad habits that are instant gratification, your brain tells you, hey bro, you probably shouldn't do this. Or it notifies you later with regret. Oh, I kind of feel bad about doing that. Like I had like a really bad hangover again and I missed my workouts. I feel bad about that. That is your conscience trying to notify you to stop. So you just gotta fucking listen, bro. You just have to listen to it. And if you can do that, you will succeed in life. You will be past 99% of people. Because when I'm out here looking around, the vast majority of people are so obsessed with instant gratification. I mean, I'm seeing guys, even young guys in their 20s, bro, walking around with literal bellies, bro. Like actual like beer bellies of like older men. And it's like, bro, what? And then you want to sit there and complain about dating. Oh, no girl wants me, dating so hard, bro. It's like, dude, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. How about we start with you? How about we start with the one thing you can control, which is how much discomfort are you enduring during the day? How much discomfort are you putting yourself in? Because in an instant gratification society, you have to intentionally put yourself in uncomfortable positions so you can grow as a man. That is our modern test. That is our rite of passage. Because we live in a society, again, that's so full of instant gratification that if you don't do that, if you aren't intentional, you're not going to make it, bro. Because it's so much, like there's so much more that you have to endure in order to be successful. So that's the message for today. I hope you guys really get the fucking message, and I hope you really start to apply it, because this is make or break. This ain't a fucking joke, okay? This ain't a fucking joke. This is real life. And in 2024, you don't really have that much of an option in terms of if you want to be successful. It's just not going to happen. Especially if you have a similar sort of personality to me, you're going to be so locked into this instant gratification and getting this cheap dopamine that you're not going to want to endure any discomfort. And if you aren't willing to endure discomfort, you're never going to have the physique that you want. You're never going to have the business that you want, because all of those things require pain. All of those things require discomfort in order for you to get them, because you have to change your daily habits. Like when you're on a cut, in order for you to actually get those six-pack abs, it's uncomfortable. It's painful. You're hungry, right? Like for example, I haven't even eaten this morning. What time is it right now? I don't even know. It's probably, let's see. It's 6:49, right? I've been going for almost 20 minutes here. I am so hungry right now, it's not even funny, bro. Like I woke up at 4, okay? I'm up at 4 a.m. I've done my cardio. I've done my daily push-ups. I've done my cold shower. I've done my reading and reflection. And I've done my cardio, like I already said that. And it's cold out and I'm so hungry right now. But I decided to push that off and make this video for you in an act of sacrifice, in an act of putting myself in even more discomfort, as if the morning routine wasn't enough. I'm not even eating until I'm done with this video, bro. And so what does that do? That trains my mind to go for that delayed gratification. And when that happens, when you've trained your mind to do that, you can endure so much more than everybody else. You can work on your business so much longer and so much more effectively. You can actually endure those workouts and those macros and actually just fucking get absolutely ripped. And once you do that, what does that mean? Well, now you have things that most men don't have. And what does that mean? Well, now you're more scarce. And when you have something that's scarce, what does that mean? It means it's valuable. And so now you have more value, not in the sense of like you have more inherent value. Like every human being has inherent value, but I mean, in the marketplace, you are regarded as high value in the sense of like, you have things that most men don't have. And what does that allow you to do? You have options, you have abundance, whether it be in dating with women, whether it be with business and being able to attract success that way. And you just have options, you just have abundance. And that's the goal, is for us to have abundance and freedom in life and to really live up to our potential. So that's it, bro. Hope you got the message. And I'm going to go now, go back, start working on the business. We got to hit a workout today still. We still got to hit all our macros today. Avoid vices. We got so much shit to do today. But hopefully you got some value from this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you later.